If you're looking for the fastest way or one of the fastest ways to remove your negative items, you're going to want to pay attention because we're going over the turbo credit sweep right now. And that's by going after personal information, derogatory accounts, collections, and inquiries. And we're actually going to get started with personal information. Now, you want to make sure that you put 10 days in between your personal information disputes and your bureau disputes. We need to make sure that geographical code that attaches your personal information to your derogatory accounts has been removed. And here's the reason. 9 times out of 10, the bureaus are trying to find a reason to get rid of you as fast as possible. And one of the ways they do this is by checking to see if the account you're disputing has a geographical code that attaches that personal information to that account. And if there is, and that address is on there, then guess what? They verify it without any sort of an investigation. So we want to go and make sure that there's absolutely zero connection between the account and your personal information. And we do this by removing it. So we're going to get rid of any additional names, any addresses that you previously lived at. If they don't remove it, now we're going to go to the CFPB, failure to remove falsely reported or inaccurate information. So now we've disputed our personal information. We've taken care of that. Now it's time to dispute our derogatory accounts, okay? We're going to do factual dispute using the number one inaccuracy or violation. Now it's time to dispute your derogatory payments, your collections, your charge-offs, your repos, bankruptcy, judgments, tax liens, whatever it is. We're going to find that number one inaccuracy or violation. Our next dispute is going to be notice of dispute violation, which is failure to enter the required notice of dispute pursuant to FCRA 623A3. This is when you submit a dispute, the bureaus are required in that comment section of your account. There's a section that says comments, and they're supposed to put consumer disputes this account or something to that nature. If that's not there within 30 days from the date that they receive your first dispute, now this is a violation and they are required to remove it because this account cannot report without this notice that the account has been disputed. Another thing that you can look at is date last reported. Failure to investigate, even though they stated that it was verified, but they didn't update that status update date or date last reported to the current date when they actually verified as accurate. If this date is not updated, it means that they did not do an investigation. Other things that you can go and dispute are going to be date last paid, payment history violations, and those are also things that we can now go to the CFPB and submit an actual complaint for because we have the proof that they actually did not enter that required notice of dispute by the 30th day after they received it. So you have your credit report 1, where you also have your tracking proving that they received it. 30 days later, on that 31st day, you pull a new credit report and prove that this notice is not there. That proves that they did no such investigation. And then, of course, when you go and you check out the date last paid, maybe the account has been reaged. That's another violation. Number 1, you're going to dispute with the collector. All right. 15 to 30 days later, now you're going after the CRA, the credit bureau. That's only in the event that you are using the, as I call it, guaranteed deletion debt validation dispute method or the validation of debt method. For charge-offs and all those others, you can dispute with the bureaus after you dispute your personal information. Okay. So with our collection disputes, these are direct to collector, again, using validation of debt. And then we can also go to the credit bureaus and say, hey, I disputed with the collector. Not only did they not respond to me, they also did not validate this debt. And you're reporting it, but where's the documentation that proves that you even have the right to report it? So now we have the ability to make complaints with this against both the bureaus and the collectors. So no proof of ownership plus failure to actually validate the debt. This is what I'm talking about, going to with your proof that all of these things have occurred against you. Now, all copies of PB complaints, again, are mailed with new letters to the data furnisher and to the credit bureau. This is actually part of the polyangle dispute tactic, which just means we are going and hitting them from all different sides: the bureaus, the creditors, the collectors, personal information, your inquiries, the CFPB complaints, so on and so forth. So if you need help, you don't want to do this yourself, it's too much, that's totally fine. Use the link at the top of your screen, schedule a call with me, and I'll see if I can personally do the credit sweep for you.